Welcome back to the Conference USA Showcase. Well, Ron, it is finally here, the battle of the unbeatens at UCF facing Tulsa, both leading their divisions. This one is going to be a doozy. But let's start with Tulsa. We know a lot about Tulsa. Cody Green, Alex Singleton. Tell me what you like out of Tulsa.
Well, first of all, I think what they've done defensively has been outstanding. Both teams in the top three in most of the offense and defensive categories, which sets up for an outstanding football game. But what makes Tulsa so good, they don't have to rely on the pass. They're 10th in passing in Conference USA this year, but their big thing is the three-headed monster running the football. You look at Douglas, you look at Watts, you mentioned Singleton. These guys keep coming at you, and I think you're going to have to win the line of scrimmage in this football game. And if you're UCF, you're not all that great. You're good, but you're not all that great against the run, and I think Tulsa right now, their running game is the one that's really pushed them over the top. So
let's transition into UCF. Obviously, they have an intense running game as well with Latavius Murray running the ball. They also have Blake Bortles coming along too. So what do you see out of UCF? But UCF also has that defense. What do we see there?
Well, UCF defense is obviously outstanding this year. Once again, it goes back to the line of scrimmage. You look at Tulsa with the sacks. You look at Tulsa with the pressure they put on. But you're going up against a team that has great pass efficiency rating. So I think you're going to see UCF, they're going to mix it up a little bit more because they have a little bit more ability to throw the football. They've got the receivers to do it. The key again to me is who's going to control the line of scrimmage. Will it be UCF? Will it be Tulsa? Whoever wins that battle is going to win the football game.
Well, now when we look at them side by side, let's take a look at some of the things that are jumping out in this matchup. Obviously, you said they lead the stats in pretty much every category in the conference right now. So when you put them next to each other, how does this battle play out?
Well, I think number one is the rushing offense. They're number 1 and 2. I mean, that is phenomenal right now. The problem there for Tulsa is that that's what they have to rely on. That's what they have to get their bread and butter from. Cody Green has thrown interceptions this year. He has not looked good at times, but I think he's been able to manage the football game. But right now, you look at that, it's who's going to win that battle because they're both so even in the stats as we just saw. Who's going to win the battle?
Well, Tulsa and UCF have an early kickoff, this one at 11 a.m. Central Time, airing on FSN. Well, moving along, Marshall and Houston, they will battle it out as well this weekend. This one, a must-win run as far as keeping bowl hopes alive.
Well, Stacey, first of all, it is a must-win situation for both of these teams. Both of these teams coming off offensive performances that weren't up to their standards. But before we talk about the game, we want to give our best wishes and our prayers to DJ Hayden of Houston. Here's a young man that had a very serious injury in practice. 95% of the time they said it would be fatal, but he is okay. He's out of the hospital. DJ, my friend, we wish you nothing but the best. We hope you get well quickly. However, now you look at Houston. TJ Hayden, probably one of the best cornerbacks in all of Conference USA. He is out. Sims, still, we're not sure what's going to happen with him. Those are two major injuries for Houston. And Marshall and Houston, they both have to win. If they don't win, they won't be playing in a bowl game this season.
Well, let's keep those bowl hopes alive for Rice and SMU. That's another game that's happening this weekend. Rice, they come off that bye week, and they have a pretty good streak going in November.
9 straight home wins in November for Rice. That is outstanding for David Bailiff and his squad. They have a good football team. At times they've played exceptionally well this year. But you look at SMU, they're going after their 4th straight bowl game. That hasn't been done in SMU history. You take a look at Zach Line, goes over 1,000 yards again, only the 4th time that's ever happened in Conference USA. They've got an outstanding running game. Couple that with the fact that Garrett Gilbert took a lot of criticism at the beginning of the year. This young man is starting to play quite well right now, and I think it's the fact that he's starting to get in communication with a lot of his wide receivers. In that type of offense, it takes 6 or 7 games. Took them a little bit longer, but Gilbert, Line, outstanding team for SMU, and they have a must-win situation if they want to go to another bowl.
Well, both those games airing in a doubleheader on CSS. Now here's a look at the rest of the football schedule.